Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Pisces. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful week. I hope that things are going swimmingly for you. Happy Pisces season. Woo, 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 woo. We love Pisces season. We love a good Pisces vibe. I have Pisces rising. I like to call myself a water baby. You know, I wear it on the surface. It's all Pisces. So, love y'all. Love you down bad. It's been a active week, and it's going to continue to be an active week. We had this Monday the Chiron North Node conjunction in Aries, so that was real fiery. That was real, forcing us into the fires to be who we need to be. And then we had Wednesday the Mars-Venus conjunction in Aquarius, which was pulling up some of that energy from that Venus retrograde from last summer and putting that into the focus of, are you willing to fight for who you are? Are you willing to be your own warrior for what your heart desires? Are you willing to stand up for yourself? And then, love the battle of becoming who you are supposed to be. And then on Saturday, we have the full moon in Virgo, which those readings are already up. In fact, I did readings for all of these astrological things going on. So if you want to check those out for yourself, you can go check out your readings for that energy. And now we're going to tap into the shadow. We want to see what our shadow has to say to us, and we want to see what our shadow gives as a recommendation for integration / healing. Okay? So here's the main topic of what our shadows would like to talk to us for that Pisces energy. Ooh, it has two things it wants to talk to you about. Judgment card and Two of Swords. I may need to do this like this because I have to put y'all's other cards up here. So, Judgment card and Two of Swords. All right, so it wants to talk to you about new beginnings and about your confusion and how to go about that, or in how to maybe make the best decision for yourself. One, you may be experiencing a internal beginning. You may be integrating a part of your shadow that is related to the mother, related to the divine feminine. I don't really like the term divine feminine, but you know, it is what it is. I know that's how other people would recognize this energy. But to the feminine, to the creator within you, the darkness within you, the womb within you, everyone has one. Everyone has a creator space within themselves, right? And so it is the angel Gabriel calling all the people to rise up from their graves or their caskets and to be reborn. So it is your most enlightened self calling down to you that has been within the earth, within the darkness of your soul, of your shadow, of your unconscious, rebirthing this new self, this just new self, right? And how this is called into question some things, put you at a point where you're needing to make some choices about things, and how the next decision, the decision or the answer to the decision, the choice is perhaps feeling a little unclear. All right, so we have a 9 of Pentacles. All right, so whereas you should be chilling in your garden with your flowers because you've planted wonderful seeds and you've been very successful and you've been able to just enjoy the success, you're not. That is turned on its head. There is something that is bringing you unrest. We've got quite a few cards in reverse. There's something that's bringing you unrest. Things are not moving forward as quickly as you would like to. There has been some complications. There has been some things that have slowed down. You're probably needing to have a lot of discussions with people. The conversations are not going as quickly as you would like for them to. There is a hold up in communication. But things are manifesting. Things will be moving. So messages are happening, and those are happening quickly, but just maybe the realization, the conversation moving forward in the way you would like to, that is slow, but y'all are talking quite a bit. Oh, we've got 2 8s. We're dealing with some issues with perfection here. So not everything will be perfect, and that is okay. It's still moving. It's still going. That is fine. An 8 of Wands and an 8 of Swords. These are both very active energy. You have a lot of active energy here, and that active energy underneath is curtailing your ability to be calm and receive externally within the world within you. So you may be having a lot of questions. You may be having a lot of things that you're trying to get in place and have come forth, manifest in the real world around you. And you're maybe feeling a little bit stuck, a little bit trapped. You're overthinking in your head, right? You're in your head. So because things are not moving as quickly as you would like, or there's slowdown, there's blockages, there's stuff like that going on externally, and you have all these things that you're working on and you're trying to get to happen, you're trying to make manifest, you are being stuck now in your head, feeling a little trapped in your head, which coincides with your feeling like you can't just enjoy the fruits of your labor. You have to be very much involved in the process. You're in the garden, working, pulling the pulling the weeds and trying to make things fall back into place. All right, so your next card is the Fool card. It's time to take a leap of faith. Your shadow wants you to take a leap of faith. It wants you to perhaps act and behave as the Fool. To trust that what is necessary or what is needed will come for you and will be there when it's time for you to take that leap. Page of Swords, to come and approach things as the student, to be curious, to keep your mind open to new possibilities. I shouldn't have pulled that last one. I didn't realize I already had a card out. But I guess we'll take it anyway. It must be here for a reason. Okay. We have there's so many cards here. I'm so sorry. Pisces, it might be a little confusing. Let me move these down just a little bit so that they're in different spaces. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. Okay. All right. So to be the student, to be curious, to ask questions, to allow your mind to be open, especially when it comes to what your hopes and dreams are for the future. We have an 8, and then we have the 17, which also equals 8. So this 8 energy is kind of crowding around you, and saying to this internal activity will be building and allowing you to make your dreams and your wishes and your hopes come true. Looky there, another 8. I should have realized it would be there. And now we have another 8, which is the just keep going, keep working. So internally, yes, things are active, things are moving. Externally, things are active, things are moving. They may not be moving as quickly as you want. You may be having some breakdowns in communication, but keep going. Keep going. Especially if you're getting some pushback externally. So you stay focused, you keep your head in the game, you keep working towards the long term, towards that 9 of Pentacles, getting that energy kind of back where it needs to be. Even if there is a little pushback externally, even if you're maybe needing to defend the things that you're doing, the things that you're working on that maybe people externally don't know about, or maybe they do, but you know where you're heading, you know where you're wanting to head, and even though things may not necessarily be moving as clearly or quickly as you want them to, you keep pressing forward. We need to talk about 8. We know the energy of 8. We know that 8 is related to perfection, and we know that if you are someone who perhaps is very, wait for it, judgmental of yourself and sometimes others, but we'll point the finger at yourself. If you're maybe someone who could be very harsh and judgmental of yourself, needing things to be perfect, needing to be the hardest worker, needing to be the one who gets everything done, needing to push so hard for your hopes and your dreams that you are the fool. And you just jump in because you're like, whatever happens, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make this work. Perhaps it's time to find a little space for some compassion, for some ease. If you are trying to make everything perfect, you'll never be the 9 of Pentacles upright. Because the 9 of Pentacles is a card of ease. It's a card of rest. It's a card of being able to enjoy all the hard work they've done. Someone who is needing something to be perfect will never get to that point because the work will never be done. It will never end. The rest and the relaxation and the enjoyment will never come. So you must allow yourself to not be so caught up in things being perfect, because perfection, the only time that something is perfect is when it is dead. Let me go see if I can find my favorite quote. I should be able to find it pretty quickly. I don't want to hold up your reading too long. Well, let me see if I can find my favorite quote. Yes, here we go. From from Carl Jung. Oh, well, not from Carl Jung. From Alejandro Jodorowsky. Justice invites us to avoid perfectionism. So I will be serving as your justice right now. As your Libra, I will put on my Libra cap, Libra sun sign. The requirements for perfection is inhuman, inasmuch as what is perfect is set and unsurpassable, therefore dead. Release that. Release the judgment. Release the need to be perfect, because in perfection, you are killing yourself. Not literally, but figuratively. Your shadow is pulling, pushing this rebirth down, this ability to see clearly, to move forward, to know what the next best step for you is, because it's too busy having to take all the things that you're unwilling to accept because it is not perfect, and it's having to deal with all of that. Okay? All right. Let's look at this last card. Not the moon card in reverse. Why, hello. That is our lovely shadow work card. It is in reverse though, so it may be time for you to get out of that reflective state. Let's see what else we get for this. It may definitely be indicating that things are not all what they seem. That you are needing, ooh, look at that. It's saying you need to increase your vision. You need to look beyond. You need to find the excitement in the moment. Three of Wands. You need to get back to that fire. King of Swords. You need to, oh, well, no, it's not saying time to not be within. King of Swords is all about finding peace, creating peace, and meditation. Ooh, for a revelation is to come. Yeah, the enlightenment that you're looking for, the clarity that you're looking for, to be able to see from this rebirth process, it's coming. Moon in reverse. It is a time for you to slow down, for sure. And it is a time for you to take the vision, take the desire you have to increase your vision, to see more, to do more, to have that fire come up within you. And you need to channel that somewhere. You have a wand and we have a sword. The sword gives direction. It cuts through. It cuts through the noise in your head. It cuts the noise in your head. It cuts through all those things. You go within, you let the thoughts pass. Just let them fly by. Meditation. Finding a trusted advisor or someone that you can speak to about these things. Maybe someone who's already done this work externally to you, a King of Swords. And from there, you will gain enlightenment. You will gain it. Perhaps there's a vision quest on the horizon for you. Perhaps there's a guided meditation that you should be doing. Perhaps look for something related to rebirth, renewal, the moon card, going into mother wounds, which is all about judgment in the moon. Judgment card can be, usually when it's more in reverse, the judgment card can be, and change is coming. Yeah, we saw that one. The judgment card can be about the circumstances, so the attitudes, the energy that we may have picked up around the circumstances of our mother when she was pregnant with us, right? So our literal birthing kind of story, right? And so if there were some things that maybe were going on with your mother when she was pregnant with you, that you may see patterns of that energy present in how you approach things, or in what you feel like maybe you're fighting against, resisting being born into that environment, it may be time to take a look at that, particularly with the moon in reverse, and to see how that may be something that is lurking within your unconscious, that you may not even be aware that you're pushing up against that energy, right? That may be a part of your enlightenment. Or the wisdom, the striking down of the towers, which the tower is the man-made object, right? We have the yachts falling from the sky. There's a speaking of which, sorry, we're turning this around. We have the yachts falling from the sky, from the lightning striking the tower. The lightning, which is it can be like spiritual enlightenment. It could be like the getting struck by lightning that you get that comes when you find this peace within, when you go within and do this exploration, or when you seek some advising from outside of you, from someone who knows like what they're talking about, right? That this man-made tower, this man-made world, this man-made way of structuring your life, of figuring out and keeping all these things together, the tower that you have built around yourself gets struck down, right? And it is yods, this fiery energy falling down from the sky. There are yods falling down from the moon. And so the moon reflects the light of the sun. The moon is reflecting your ego back to you. Your shadow is reflecting your ego back to you and the things that you may not be ready to quite see. And it does so in a way, especially when you go within and you do some of that inner work, that shadow work, that will not burn you. They will not destroy you. Looking at directly at the sun, you'll go blind. Looking at the moon, you have no problem. No issues. In fact, we're like, the moon is so beautiful. Yeah, it's the same light. Different circumstance. It's time to switch that, to change it on its head, to turn it on its head so that you can receive that enlightenment. You can see the light, you can see the wisdom, you can get the energy that you need from the sun, that new fire, 3 of Wands that you need from the sun in order to allow yourself to grow and to get out of this space, to get out of whatever this is. Death card, to allow death to occur. You cannot be reborn if you have not died. And as you sit here and you get stuck in your head, you get stuck in these patterns of perfection or in trying to make everything complete. You're trying to reach completion in order to, because you see completion as the rebirth. That's when you can end something and start something else. And this energy is trying to tell you that completion is not the rebirth at all. And that it doesn't have to be perfect in order to be reborn. You know. We get the death card. So we have a 4 of Pentacles here. So, all right. So this is supposed to be the energy. Let me get back to what the cards are saying. This is supposed to be the energy right here of how to integrate this energy of what the message that your shadow is trying to tell you, and how to heal. So it's saying to allow these things to end, to allow all this stuff to end, to allow this holding on to the perfection, holding on to trying to control things external to yourself, the Tower card, to allow the enlightenment to come in, to go within to your shadow, to seek assistance if you need it, to broaden your horizons. That will bring you the wisdom to answer the questions, to allow your rebirth to begin. The death card, the ending, will bring the new beginning, right? It will bring you more stability. It will ground you. It will allow you to not feel perhaps so rickety-rockety. And then we get the 7 of Cups in reverse. It will also put you in this space. Oof, yeah. There's a lot of pushing right now. There's a lot of prodding and pulling you for growth. I don't know if you're very comfortable with that. I would anticipate you are not. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. 7 of Wands. 5 of Swords. 7 of Cups. There's a lot of pushing you for some growth. Emotional growth. As well as like allowing yourself to, 7 of Cups is about your hopes and dreams, right? It's about your fantasies that you'd like to see. And you have all these options of these fantasies. And I'm usually like, pick a cup, right? And in this case, it's either saying you need to pick a cup and like fight for it. 5 of Wands. You need to take the vision of your heart's desire and fight for it. Like go for it. Allow for this to go. But a 4 of Pentacles as a clarifier of death. Stability. Ground. Down. Go into the ground. 7 of Cups in reverse. Perhaps allowing yourself to have that cup and let it go. Have that vision, that hope, that dream. But don't hold on to it so tightly that you end up finding yourself, there's no 8 of Cups here, mind you. Which is needing to walk away from a situation because you're settling. But perhaps if there has been a fantasy, a dream that has not come to fruition, or that you have been having to fight and push for, to perhaps let that go a little bit. But it may be saying that more so to fight for it, to fight for this dream, to fight for this reality, to put that to place. But the death card to me is an ending. It's saying it's time to let this end. It's saying it's time perhaps to let the holding so tightly onto what gives you security and stability, especially financial security and stability, to stop fighting so hard, to start holding so closely onto that. It keeps you from being able to venture out and to find more and to grow, to release and let go of a fantasy, a hope, a dream that hasn't come to fruition, and stop fighting so much for it against all these other people, against all this other energy. To stop fighting against the judgment that you receive, the judgment that you give to yourself for maybe this not happening, or you trying to force this to happen, or you're trying to make this dream happen, and stop fighting against the judgment that other people give to you, where you have to be defensive about what it is that you're working towards. Like, to release that energy and to then become single-minded. This is a split mind. This is a split, and that's our psyche. It's a split mind, the conscious and the unconscious. To release being a split mind, to see, get the clarity so that you can be singularly focused towards that goal. I'm going to stop because this is really long. This is really long. If you want a private reading and personal reading, just contact me, because we can get into all of this and how to go through this journey and this process of uniting and going through and allowing the rebirth to happen. I love you, Pisces. This is good energy. This is good stuff. Allow the doubt and the judgment and the double-mindedness to end. Get out of your head. Get into work. Get into the soul of the matter. Bring those things back to life. Bring, and I say this with love, bring your shadow back to life. We don't kill our shadow. We integrate our shadow. We love our shadow. Mars and Venus conjunction in Aquarius. We love the battle of fighting to be who we truly are. We don't kill our shadow. We love it. We embrace it. We know that it's been doing hard work in protecting us from the parts of ourselves that didn't feel safe, didn't feel like they could live, the parts of ourselves that we project onto other people. The moon. The moon projects the light of the sun. It's in reverse. It's not projecting. Turn it inwards. Turn the light inwards. Turn the sun inwards. Look at your ego in your face. Look at your shadow in your face. And love them, so that you can end this internal battle. All right, that's it. That's all I got for you. Because ending the internal battle will end the external battle. That's what all this is about. It's about all the stuff that's going on external to you that is annoying you and putting you into this space. You must end the internal battle first. You must do that. The 5 and the 7 are connected. All right, that's it. All right, bye. I love y'all. Bye.